So, this construction just started. It's pretty punk rock, you know? Or it would be if I had ever listened to any punk rock music or seen a punk rock show before, but it's pretty fucking annoying, so I'm pretty sure that that summarizes punk rock music. Let me see if this guitar's tuned here. This song is titled, Whoa, What a Long Week, Lemon. It's Tuesday. Okay, so it's starting to get a little frustrating. That guy behind me just keeps beeping. Just keeps fucking beeping. This construction's killing me. This is how I feel about construction. That's how I feel about construction on streets where I live. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Daniel Aaron Austin. This is my drunk answers. Last week, Jason and I got very, very drunk off of half a bottle of tequila each and then half a bottle of bourbon each.
Where did those come from?
And we are still a little bit hungover, so I'm going to be taking a little bit easier in this episode versus last time, but I've already had a few shots, so I'm already still a little bit tipsy. Let's dive into these questions. Ashley Burchett asks, why is it so much easier to stay up late than it is to get up early? Well, Ashley, it used to be easy for me to wake up early in the morning before I moved into a place there's a rooster living in my next door's neighbor's yard. So those things don't crow just when the sun rises. They crow whenever the fuck they want. And so it's very difficult to sleep throughout the night whenever you hear a rooster crowing. However, I asked my wife if she heard the same thing. She does not, so it's just me. It's just a me thing. It sucks. But to answer your question, why is it so much easier to stay up late, is because you're already doing stuff. You're already scrolling through your phone or thinking about bills or thinking about that argument you had with Todd 7 months ago, and you're thinking about all the witty things that you'd say now that you didn't say back then. Or if you're a server like I was 4 years ago, you're thinking about that side of ranch that you didn't get for that customer and how it's still haunting you to this day.
The peasant at the diner. He didn't pay his check.
And then when waking up, all you want to do is go back to sleep so you don't have to worry about those bills that you have to pay, or that fight with Todd that you're still thinking about for some reason, or those customers that needed 2 bottles of ranch for their 1 small side of fries. So you want to go back to sleep so you don't have to think about any of those things, because being an adult is the absolute worst. I hope that answers your question. Kova Whatever asks, if you had to be a microorganism, which would you be and why? For all of those out there that have also taken biology class, say it with me.
The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
There are hundreds of microorganisms out there that are so very cool. Like, one of them is a bioluminescent bacteria that if it gets in one of your wounds, it will actually not only clean your wound, but also glow this really cool blue vibe. So it looks like you're like a Sith Lord that just got cut open, but just came back from a rave. It's just like a glow stick inside of your wound. It's weird, but it's really cool. The microorganism that speaks most to me, and if I were to be one, this is what I would be, is the Magnetospirillum magnetica. Really couldn't think of that one without reading it off the paper. So basically what it is, it's a microorganism that attracts iron to its body and also forms crystals along its exoskeleton to become like this mecha man. This is a bacteria that actually gets its name from the character Magneto in the X-Men comics, because it attracts the iron to itself, and then it also makes this little railway that it can travel on from north to south because of the magnetic poles that it's on. The reason this bacteria speaks to me, and I think my wife can attest to this, is because it is a very particular bacteria in which it needs a specific environment to live in, otherwise it doesn't thrive. And if my wife can tell you one thing, I'm a very particular person. Just as this bacteria is very particular about its environment that it lives in, I am very particular about most things. I just asked my wife about our TV buying experience right now, and she will let you know the nightmare that I can be. Links down below, there will be a top 10 list of bacteria, including the 2 that I really, really liked. Kova Whatever, I hope that answers your question. Maxwell Paul Bell asks, What is the appropriate age for a man to sit crisscross applesauce without feeling ashamed? Max, I think there is no inappropriate time for you to feel like that you should be able to sit down crisscross applesauce. And here's a montage of me sitting down very confidently crisscross applesauce. So this is how to sit down crisscross confidently, even if you're a fat person. Hey, Momo. You're walking along, no one expects you to sit down crisscross applesauce. I hurt my nuts. Stop laughing at me, it hurt.
Okay.
Fine.
It's not even that the fact that you sat on your nuts is funny to me. It's the sound of your body hitting the floor.
I'm walking in a frame, no one expects me to sit down like this. I didn't hurt my nuts that time. There's also different ways of going crisscross applesauce. Like this. You can be a confident man like this. No one's gonna question you. And if they do, you don't need those kind of people in your life. Just let them walk on by. No one expected me to do this. This chair's about to break, but who cares? Just get creative with it. You can do crisscross applesauce with a cat that doesn't want to be with you. Oh my god! Or you can do crisscross applesauce with a cat that actually wants to be with you. Look at her. She's so cute. And those are just a few ways that you can sit crisscross applesauce and be confident as a man my age who's obese. Point being, Max, I don't think you should ever feel ashamed sitting down crisscross applesauce. You live your best life. If you had to choose one album to listen to for the rest of your life, what would it be? Well, Brandon, just as my wife says that she has garbage taste in TV shows and movies, I have garbage taste in music. There are so many people out there that would say their Desert Island album would probably be something from the Beatles, or Led Zeppelin, or maybe Fleetwood Mac. I have never said that I have good taste in any music, so that being said, my Desert Island album would probably be Ocean Avenue by Yellowcard. Only One, Breathing, Empty Apartment, Way Away, Ocean Avenue, all of those songs have been pivotal songs that I've listened to in important parts of my life. I have laughed, cried, gone through breakups, made major achievements, gotten married, listened to this album. It has been the soundtrack to my life in many instances. So if I were to only have one album, it would be this one, and it would be because I would want to not only carry this into my new experiences in life and make it different, but also listen to this album and think about all the times I have moved forward from an instance or grown up or changed as a human being, all to this album. And that is why I keep coming back to it, even though it's a good album in my opinion, and even though there are probably better out there, this one is the one that just keeps sticking with me, and I love it. I think I'll love it till the end of time. So, Brandon, I hope that answers your question adequately, and don't judge me too much on this one, okay? I know you have great taste in music. All right, and here's the coup de grace, the whopper, the big question of the evening. Would you rather never use social media sites / apps again, or never watch another movie or TV show? Michael, you would ask me this while I'm in the middle of watching Westworld, but ultimately, my bias is always going to be that I want to make movies and I want to make television shows, and I want to create stories that are new and different with characters that are both very tangible and real. So coming from that perspective, I would still say that I would side with YouTube and other social media apps, and here's why. Okay, yes, TV shows and movies have gone through several, revolutions and changes within themselves and evolved over time. But I feel like the most recent evolution of which is the instant content that you can get from YouTube sites and social media, and you get to see these new creative ways that people are making and telling stories. So even though movies and TV shows are a real, genuine art form, I feel that YouTube and other kinds of social media sites, you get to see the people making content versus having to go through a studio system and all of the normal hurdles that production has to go through. What shows like Westworld and what House of Cards used to be before we found out Kevin Spacey was a garbage person, all of these really cool creators coming out and making films and TV shows and telling the narrative stories in new and interesting ways, yes, those are definitely beautiful art pieces that are masterpieces unto themselves. And I don't know that YouTube could ever make those kind of masterpieces. I still enjoy the rough edges around it. I still enjoy what all of those little flaws have. And now that movies have gotten to a place where they're almost nearly perfect, it's really awesome to see content that is very genuine. and is being put out regularly. So all in all, I would definitely choose YouTube and social media versus TV shows or movies. And thank you for that question. It was beautiful. Please keep sending me more like this. Michael Scott Gordon, you have been awesome. Roll the outro. Be sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below for next week's My Drunk Answers video. And also leave a comment down below letting us know what kind of alcohol-related death you think will befall me before the end of this series. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Never again.